feel like I've been hit by a train. Damn. Ugh. I just woke up like about 40 minutes ago. Oh, man. I don't know, my face turning back to normal. I haven't drank in like 2 days. Let me see. I haven't drank in about 2 days. Well, I told you guys it was the drinking. Still a little swollen though. Well, it could be my tooth, man. Or my teeth, my gums or whatever. Oh. You guys got me self-conscious about my face. You know what I'm saying? Man, how you turn that shit off, man? That doorbell sound, man. Turn that fucking doorbell sound off. I'm gonna go to settings and figure it out. Sorry guys, I am still sick. So if I'm slurring my words and shit and not pronouncing them right, it's because I can barely talk. Right now, my teeth are sensitive, my gums are sensitive. So I know it's something to do with my dental. You know, infected gums or whatever, they can make your face swell up. It could have been the drinking, shit. Anyway, man, when I return back to Dayton, I'm gonna unleash hell, man. Big time. You feel me? I'm gonna be like, yeah, you bitches can't ghost me now. Haha, I got the motherfucking bread. You feel me? I got the money. I got the bed. Still kind of swollen though. Yeah, I think it's something to do with my teeth, man. If anything, I think so. Let's see. It's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. Still kind of swollen on this side right here. I see what you guys talking about though. But when I talk, it makes me lift up my cheek.
Wait.
When I talk. Yeah, so it's gotta be something going on with my gums. You know what I'm saying? Or it could have been the 4 nights of drinking. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I could be just gaining weight. Shit, I don't know, man. I ain't gonna trip about it right now. I always had a weight problem, man. Always.
Wait.
Yeah, Shorty Pants, she was here. I don't know. Shorty pants too short, man. She got a nice little body and stuff, man, but she's inferior to my genetics, man. Shorty pants, she like a 4 in the face, man. You feel what I'm saying? So I wouldn't date her long term if I had the bag. You feel me? So I can feel my teeth. I'm gonna go brush my teeth right now, man. Shit. I can feel my gums are very sensitive on the right side and on the left side, right there by the cheek. So yeah, probably gotta go see a dentist and shit, because I'm talking funny and I'm holding my mouth funny when I talk. It's like I gotta lift up my cheek just to talk and shit. Instead of, talking just regular, I gotta go like this when I talk. I gotta lift up one cheek, or lift up both cheeks. So yeah, I'm gonna go brush my teeth though. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I ain't gonna trip about it right now, man. It ain't like I can go to the dentist right now. As long as there's no severe pain, I'm good. But anyway, when I go back to dating, bro, I'm gonna unleash hell, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm worth more now. You know? And I'm gonna be bitter. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna be shit. I'm like, you ignored me for days. Days and years. You feel me? Not all females ignore me, shit. Be back better than ever, man. Man, I slept for a long time, man. I went to sleep like around 10, woke up around 6. 8 hours though. To me, that's a long time. Now, I ain't talking about the women that give you the time of day. I'm talking about the women that don't give you the time of day. The ones who had a big old booty. You know, I can never land those, by the way. And that's frustrating to me, man. I could never, ever land a woman with a nice big behind. That's been my struggle my whole entire life. For real. For the last 20 years, I haven't been able to lock down a female with a nice big behind, bro. Even back before the internet, these women had options, man. If a woman got a nice big behind and it's round, shit like that, it's harder to get, man. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of dudes that's like constantly hitting on them and shit like that all the time. I noticed the women with the flat booties and the smaller butts with no curves. Those are a lot to get. I mean, those are easier to get and easier to keep. My girlfriend for 12 years, you feel me? Like, she had no booty at all. But I guarantee if she had a big old behind, we wouldn't have lasted that long, bro. You know what I'm saying? And because my girlfriend was less desirable, you know what I'm saying? We stayed around she stayed with me for a long time. You see, the ones with the big behinds, they were always like breaking up with me and shit like that when I was in my 20s. I I was messing with two women in my 20s with a nice big behind. Uh, um, that was Dolores and who else? And Gwen. They was the ones I wanted. You feel me? Yeah, my face is still swollen, bro. I see what you guys are talking about. It's right here. This is where my teeth is too, right here. My gums. But back to what I was saying, man. Those are the ones that have been my problem in my life, man. I can't lock those women down. It's like, man, it's like, I think if I was better looking, I would have been able to lock them down, like a guy that was at 8 or something like that. But that's been my whole entire problem in my life. It's locking down a female with a nice big butt. Dolores, we dated for like a year. She had a nice big butt, man. She had breasts and everything, man. You know, and then me and her broke up because with my emotional ass, I couldn't take the fact that she was at her friend's house not want to talk to me. And so I got pissed off and sped my car up and down the road. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then we broke up after that. And then with Gwen, there was another guy that wanted her. Actually, that was her ex-boyfriend or ex-husband or something. And he snatched her back from me. You know what I'm saying? And I was powerless at the time, man. I was only 24 years old. But Gwen had everything, bro. She had titties. She had ass. You feel what I'm saying? You know, she had everything. That's what I'm talking about, man. And then I met my girlfriend with a flat booty, and she had breasts, but they were kind of saggy when I first met her. She was already 35 years old, and I was, what, 26 at the time. And she had a nice face, though, man. But she was lacking in the breast area because the breast wasn't all that plump, you know what I'm saying? And the below the waist definitely wasn't no hourglass shape. So I could see why we stayed together for so long. She was less desirable. She's past her prime, you know. She was already 35 years old when we met. You feel what I'm saying? So to me back then, it didn't make no difference. Today, it makes a difference for me. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if she's like 35, 40, I want to have nothing to do with it, bro. That's too goddamn old for me to be dating, especially if I want to have children. Women got a time window. You feel what I'm saying? A biological clock shit. That should be ticking like a motherfucker after the age of 30. You feel what I'm saying? So I could see why we lasted for a long time. But the women that I was dating before, when they were like pretty, like, you know, they were around 7 in looks. Like Gwen was a 7, but she was really thick. She was really thick. She had a nice big behind. She had some really plump titties. Better than my ex-girlfriend, bro. But Gwen was a single mom, though. You feel what I'm saying? You know, she had kids and stuff. So I remember, you know, she used to always have the kids around when I used to come over. And then she used to lock me in the room and shit. And we used to do our thing. You know what I'm saying? That's when I busted the nut in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? And the Chad Rome, he came back into the picture and took her back, man. Now, I don't know if they still together, pretty much not. You know, most of the time when motherfuckers break up, they pretty much stay broken up unless they do get back together, but then they'll always break up again. So um, she had all the tools, man. Gwen had everything, man. And now Gwen was 32 years old, and I was 24. So I was always getting after the older ones because I don't know, for some reason I like the older women at that time. Now I like younger women. Now I'm older. And when I get back to dating, I'm gonna be checking for only women between 20 and 30, bro. You know what I'm saying? I might get a 32-year-old. That's about it. But the closer she is to 35, the more of a chance that when I get the bag, I'm not gonna want to fuck with her. You feel what I'm saying? I just think anything after 35 is just not dateable, man. She already set in her ways. She, you know what I'm saying? She's not. Uh, she's her standards are very high. I noticed the women in their 30s, their standards are high. They want you to have your shit together, and a lot of them have been to Vegas, and a lot of them got their shit together. You feel what I'm saying? And they want you to come to the table with your shit together. You know what I'm saying? And which is fine. You know, I'll have my shit together once I return to dating. But there's, you know, they've been places. They've been to Vegas so many times, and you know, a 22-year-old, man, she would love to go to Vegas because she ain't been that. I mean, she's 22. She ain't been to Vegas that many times. You feel what I'm saying? She just turned 21. You know what I'm saying? She's the, you know, she can drink now, and she's new to the world. And you take her to Vegas, man, that's gonna blow her socks off. You feel me? Because she ain't never been. You feel what I'm saying? She ain't never been to Vegas. You know. And that'll be, you know, she's more likely to have fun and dance and stuff like that. Them older broads, they go to the bar, they just chill. You know, they ain't trying to get up and dance and stuff, man. You know, younger broad, a younger woman, she'll get up and be dancing with the drink in her hand. And, you know what I'm saying? Very lifeful, very energetic. You feel what I'm saying? All that young energy around you. That's what I want, man. I don't want no old cow, bro. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want no female that's past her prime and shit, man. You work too goddamn hard just to get a female with, you know, with a ticking clock. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why I like boobs, man. Boobs is cool, man. You know, she ain't got a Coke bottle frame, but she cool, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll take her to Vegas and blow her back out, man. I'll start with her. You know what I'm saying? But I'm definitely gonna be checking for the young hot tenderonis once I get back to dating. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be X out the ones that are older, man. I don't care how good they look. They got a lot of baggage, you know. Gwen had a lot of baggage, bro. You know what I'm saying? Dolores, these are my girlfriends, my ex-girlfriends in my 20s. Gwen had a lot of baggage. Dolores had a lot of emotional baggage, but she wasn't really right in the head either. You know, a lot of these females got baggage by the time they get over 30. You know, you don't want the female with all the baggage shit. You want the child-free woman, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It's got to be child-free. You know, I can't have any kids. I don't want to deal with no kids. Look, man, I done had so many bad experiences with women with children. I've been socked in the lip. Never got along with my ex-girlfriend's daughter. And I was young too, man. I was like 20. I was in my 20s when we met, man. And I couldn't get along with Sabrina. Sabrina was what? 10 years younger than me? You feel what I'm saying? And I hated her, man. She hated me. I was never good with kids, bro. Somebody else's kids, you know? I was never good at with somebody else's kids, and I don't want to take care of nobody else's kids, man. The moment I find she got kids, I'm gonna X her out. You know, I'm not gonna be like Lil Wayne and take her under my wing. You see what happened when Lil Wayne he tried to play Captain Save-A-Ho with a single mother, and he ended up throwing her ass out on Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? Threw her ass out. You know, because that's a lot to take on, man. You know, you're dealing with two personalities. You know, you're dealing with two people. Her daughter was like, what, a teen or something like that? I'm pretty sure there was a lot more stress on his plate because of her daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's why he threw her ass out. He shouldn't have took her in the first place. Well, you got all that money, Lil Wayne, and you dating a single mom, bro. Come on, Lil Wayne. Stop being simps, man. Black men are always being simps. I mean, all races of men are simps. You know, there's simps in every single race. You know, but why is the black man always going after the leftover scraps? You know, we got Young Jeezy dating Jenny Mai. Come on, man. That shit was not gonna. It was not gonna work at all. It wasn't gonna work, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because she's already set in her ways. You don't want a woman that's already set in her ways. The ways of doing, the ways of doing things. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if I tell her to vacuum the floor, right? She gonna be like, no, I vacuum the floor like this. I'm like, no, that's not how you vacuum the floor. It's supposed to be like this. Oh, you can't tell me what to do. I've been doing this floor I've been vacuuming for a long time. I know how to vacuum the floor. It's just gonna be always a combative argument because she's used to doing things a certain way, and you don't want to be arguing and fighting over power in your own house. You know what I'm saying? That was not gonna work. You know, if a woman ain't married by the time she's 30, that's a sign right there that she's not marriage material, bro. Jeannie Mai was not marriage material, and she would never ever get married again. That was her last marriage, her first and last marriage. Because people saw how she did Young Jeezy, and they don't want to deal with her now. She's probably blackballed in the industry. You know what I'm saying? But don't be dating women that are around your age. If you can help it, get the young females, the women in their 20s, early to mid 20s, and you good, bro. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of these females have lived too much life by the time we get to be 35 plus. You feel what I'm saying? And you're gonna be arguing in your own home. You feel me? You're gonna be arguing in your own home, and you're not gonna want to deal with that shit, bro. I'm telling you. You know, this female that's camping by my spot. She's 43 and she's single, and she's very argumentative, bro. She got a hard head, man. You know what I'm saying? She could never get married. You know, some women are doomed too, man. You think about men. Some women are doomed. Some women would never get married and have children. Like that female around my spot, that camp over there, she'll never get married. She'll never have children. She'll get old and alone, bro. And that's what you don't want to be. You don't want to be old and alone. So pick wisely. Get the women that are half your age, man. You 45, she's 25, man. Or 22. Boobs is 22, man. You know what I'm saying? You know. And I'm pretty sure she's into pop culture and shit. You know what I'm saying? because she's young. And it's all about being wise when you're dating, man. You know, that's why I agree with Leonardo DiCaprio, man. He don't date no female past 25. And he don't have to. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to. There's a lot of headache, man. Being combative and shit. That's how she gonna be. You feel me? You want a woman that's gonna obey your commands, man, and listen to you. You don't want no woman that's hard-headed, bro, and got a stubborn bullhead. By the time these women get to be 35, bro, they got bullheads for real, okay? They're not gonna listen to you, bro. They think they know everything. You hear what I'm saying? A woman that's 35, that's too old for me. Even though I'm 45, she's 35, that's too old for me. I need to have her in her 20s, bro. I like the young energy. I like the young vibe. You feel what I'm saying? You know, makes me feel young again. Makes me feel like I'm in my prime again, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, my face ain't that swollen now. It's getting, hopefully it's just all the drinking I did, man, for like 4 days. If not, it's something wrong with my teeth. Because my gums are sensitive right now. You know. Or I could just be gaining weight, as usual. I always had a weight problem. And when I start gaining weight, it goes straight to my face. That's what one of the, that's what one of the instructors in the gym said. The personal trainer, he said, man, you carry a lot of water in your face, bro, when you put on weight. I do. My fucking face swells up when I put on weight. So, I ain't gonna worry about it, man, but we're gonna get up in here. And I'll make a part 2 to this when I come out of Starbucks. You feel me? People, as soon as I'm about to walk through the door, people start coming in. That's perfect timing, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'll let you see you guys later, man. So I see y'all when I come out. All right, take care.